It's the
Don't don't,
it's the
don't worry,
forget
don't worry.
about it.
We're
It's
we're
the internet.
we're gonna get there eventually. We're gonna get there.
Hey
So
man,
okay, let's start this.
I got hashtag goals.
Hashtag Doles. Dole Whip.
Hashtag goal. Hashtag Dole Whip. Hashtag Goal Whip.
Bob Dole Whip.
My
Okay.
Dole.
Bob Dole. Bob Dole.
One.
Bob Dole.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Front Row Negative with your host, Aaron, and
Hi. My name is Zack Snyder. My introduction is part of my original story. It is the 6-hour introduction cut. Oh, it's Chris. Hey, what's up?
that is a good impersonation of any Zack Snyder intro or montage or juxtaposition, spacing, and showmanship of artistry in his movies. If
Hey
you go
man,
back and
I had you bumbled a little bit, and that's fair.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
fair. You should trip on that because not only if you look down at my screen, I have the little bouncing ball. Are you ready? You'll say it with me.
okay,
Zack Snyder, not
Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
Why don't you just
As
call it
in-
Ball Sack Snyder?
Ball Sack Snyder. Dude,
Oh,
I have to imagine Zack Snyder's like Tom Hanks in Big. Like he after he went to a UFC show, like Bones Jones or whatever versus Affliction Billy Bob or some bull crap like that. Went down to the local
UFC.
Buffalo Wild Wings and was like, I want to be 32 and lame. And it's like and he's just like, he woke up in an Affliction shirt with a smoking habit and 3 ex-wives and 16 kids. Dude, what is wrong with this guy?
So he woke up as Johnny Lawrence.
Oh, seriously.
Uh,
God.
so,
Ugh.
so yeah, we're back with this episode, and as you can tell, you did your homework from last week.
God, you call this homework? You call it torture, son?
Well, hopefully, out of the 3, only one was torturous that didn't involve John Cena. So hopefully that's the case.
Yeah.
But how are you doing, sir? It's the end of the week again. And besides Slow Motion by Juvenile playing in the background, how have you been?
Good, man. I aside from my second Pfizer shot knocking me on my proverbial ass,
Yeah.
I'm okay. My first shot was hunky dory. And everyone told me, oh, that's great, man. It's good. You survived the first one. Wait till the second one. I'm like, I don't like the sound of that. But, you know, I made a decision for me,
Yes.
my health, and the health of those around me, because that's my bubble.
Yes.
Not your bubble or whatever. I went and got my second shot.
Hey.
Crap.
I'm not saying anything. I am double vaxxed myself, so
Yeah, man.
I agree with that.
At this point, whoever you are, whatever you are, you do you, boo-boo. You do you. I took care of moi, and you take care of y'all. So, whatever. Well, anyway, so, like, I got my second shot. I went home. Business as usual. Hold on a second. God, I'm choking on the so much slow motion.
Choking on the slow motion?
Oh, God. Yeah, I sped that up. That actually was a 3-hour cough. That's a replay. Jesus.
Oh, you didn't like it like that.
No, I was not working that fat. Oh, God. Oh. Okay. Woo. Jeez Louise. Production value, people. No, so I went home that day after the shot. Went back to work and everything. Got home, and as you know, we are night owls, as it always seems to be. We have no choice. We're forced to be. And I start working on art. My wonderful wife is in bed, tending to her own stuff she has to deal with.
She's right now. She's like Peg Leg Peterson.
Peg Leg
Peterson.
Peg Leg Peterson over here. Big boot in the goot.
I have a Mega Man boot.
It's like a Mega Man boot. So is she like really DOS boot?
I'm not drinking all that nasty ass thing. There's no way. She's had her foot in there for like what, 2 months?
No,
2 weeks.
3 weeks.
It's felt like 2 months. No, and I mean that in the most loving way possible. That thing is a torture device for both of us. Anyway, what the hell was I saying?
I was laid up.
Oh, was I here?
Well,
laid up.
Remember, this is a
she was laid up as in the bed. Gotcha.
This is a PG-13 show, so.
Is that not a common term?
No, it is. My wife was in bed with her big boot. It's
pretty common.
DOS boot. And it was late at night, and I was working on a piece of art for an assignment, and suddenly I'm drawing, and my hand's like, of course nobody can see this, only you can, but
yeah.
And then it started in my hand and went into my arm, and I was like, Jesus, and then my teeth were like, I thought I was dying.
So you got the tremors, it looks like.
Oh, I was Kevin Baconed up. Tremors. Okay. I was that guy from Family Ties or whatever that. What was the show that he was the dad on in the 80s?
Yeah, Family Ties.
Was it Family Ties that Michael J. Fox was on?
Yeah.
Was it Michael J. Fox?
I believe it was Family Ties. I believe it was
Cameron
Family Ties.
Something. Anyway, that guy, 80s dad, and Kevin Bacon. I was shaking that bad, and so that was horrible, which led to me having to not be able to make it to work the next day because I literally was garbage. So that was my perfect chance to do this homework assignment and partake in one of the lamest movies I've ever seen, but 2 really good movies I really enjoyed for different reasons. But I actually kind of have my own complaints on those 2, but whatever. There's no such thing as a perfect movie, so hey.
No, there's no such thing. There really isn't. So what I'll do is I'll start off with, I guess, what I've played, watched, listened to, and read. And then we'll jump into your section because that will lead into your homework. So as for things that I've watched, played, and listened to, I have started a new game since I beat Zombie Army 4 last week. I started a new game called Second Extinction, which I think it's in trial. When I thought the game was a free game through a Game Pass. No, it's a trial game. This is the demo. And essentially it's open format, and you choose one of like 6 people, and you go around shooting dinosaurs, like mutated dinosaurs.
Wait a second, is this Turok? Did they low-key release Turok on you?
It sounds like it's like what if you took the characters from the game Apex and threw them in a game with the Turok levels and made the game extremely hard. I'm talking like I can't even get past the first mission because I keep getting ambushed by like raptors everywhere. And then when I get up to the place where I'm supposed to be, there's like a Triceratops and an Ankylosaurus waiting for me, and that Ankylosaurus is like a death roll and knocks me off the mountain. And I've died 5 times trying to play it. It's hard as hell, but it looks fun.
Here's the thing, though. You're a dad of 2 kids, man. Like you can handle that. You can handle Ankylosaurus.
Well, here's the thing. I don't have time to handle it to get better at it. I just want to play. I just want to play to forget my job.
Jobs.
Yeah, jobs. So started that game. It's on Game Pass. It's free, but they said it's a demo. The working progress. So beware of glitches and bugs.
Excuses.
I'm still chugging along on Battletoads. I'm on the part where everybody hates it, where it's the tunnel where you're on the speeder bikes.
Is this like basically a remake of the game?
No, it's more of it's a meta kind of sequel because they talk about beating the Dark Queen and now having to do a different adventure, but everything's meta, and apparently being an action star is bad because people have feelings now. And it's so
man.
funny. The storyline is just so funny. So it's, and the animation's the animation's very like Steven Universe, if I could compare it to anything.
Okay.
But it's fun. I mean, you get to kind of tagging your toads in and out when
That's
you're
cool.
playing, and it's just something stupid to play. I watched a few movies. I watched one classic called Motel Hell. If you don't know about it, it's
Ooh.
really good. I don't know. I wonder if this movie actually led to like Rob Zombie wanting to do hillbilly films, just because of the format of the movie. You know, old man gets young woman, and he has a secret farm of jerky and meat.
I was about to say the thing I remember when I first saw that movie when I was a kid was oh, thank you. Sorry. One thing I remember when I was a kid was the all the heads sticking out of the ground like it was like a Cabbage Patch or something.
Yes.
And from that point on, I always correlated Cabbage Patch Kids with Motel Hell. That was like a thing in my head. I was like, I don't trust these dolls, man.
I definitely agree. I definitely agree. So I watched that one. That was fun. I owned the Blu-ray, and I've always wanted to like rewatch it for the last few years, but I finally did. It's still fun. I watched this other movie, kind of unknown, that I picked up from Vinegar Syndrome, I think. It's called Hitcher in the Dark, and it basically involves this son of a rich tycoon and a traveling, what do you call it? Like, what do you call it? Like an RV. He's in this traveling RV, and he's going around, and he's abducting people and killing people.
RVs are dangerous. We learned that at
Yes.
Texas Primary.
Yes. Yes, I remember that. It was a good low budget movie. Hitcher in the Dark. It was supposedly based on that one story of like the Polaroid girl, or the girl who was kidnapped, and they found a Polaroid of her in the parking lot of some truck stop.
Oh, that's that's real.
Yeah, it was somewhat based on that.
Oui.
So,
Okay.
But it was a good movie. Overall, it was good. The cast can be hated a lot, and I was cheering the killer on every step of the way because the cast was annoying.
That's a good horror movie. Yeah. You're not supposed to like anybody. Yeah.
Not supposed to happen, but that's what happened.
Was there a
and
final
lastly,
girl?
I rewatched this movie. This is a new release. It's on Shudder. So if you have Shudder right now, you can watch it. It's on Blu-ray. I don't think it's on DVD anymore, or it ever was released on DVD. But it's called Psycho Goreman. And if you've seen the cover, it's got this crazy looking monster on the cover, like this zombie looking kind of creature on the cover. The movie it's a dark comedy. This movie should have been made by Troma, but it wasn't, because of the comedy and the craziness. And it plays off like a gory Tokyo Shock version of Power Rangers.
Wait a second. This is where like like a police force and all kinds of crazy crap. They're like, and like people are like transforming into monsters and crap like that, or something like that. Isn't it? Or am I thinking a different movie?
You're thinking a different movie.
Okay.
This one, this one has like a space team or space group, like space elites, who want this specific creature, person, monster dead. And so they're sending their minions to go kill him. And it's very gory, very bloody, but done in like the anime style way where it's like over the top and crazy. And this creature doesn't really befriend, but gets controlled by these two little kids on Earth to essentially do their bidding. And it is just crazy. It is just fun. It's crazy. And the one-liners and the direction that you think this movie is going to go doesn't go. You think it's going to go one way and it takes a hard left. You think it's going to go this direction, it backtracks. It was great. It was stupid, fun, and entertaining. And I cannot, stress enough that people need to watch this movie. It's just so entertaining. Now it is very gory, is very violent,
I hope
but
so.
that's just part of the appeal of this movie, just because it's different. So, and it was
That's
done in
awesome.
such a good way. It's done in a very good way.
I'll check that out.
It's worth it. It's so stupid funny, and you'll understand the phrase my hunky boys when you watch it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're questioning that. Your look says I don't get that sounds weird, but when you watch it, it makes sense, and it's funny whenever it happens.
Okay.
Whenever it happens. So definitely highly suggest watching that movie. Psycho Goreman. It's on Shudder. Check it out. I think you can rent it for like $3 off Amazon too, or Vudu, or one of the other things.
Yeah, we'll talk about renting here in a second, but yeah, go ahead.
Renting here, okay. And then as far as listening stuff, I've checked out the latest some of the old episodes of Talk is Jericho. I started listening to Tokyo Lives, the Godzilla podcast, because in Universal Studios Japan, they have released a new Godzilla 3D adventure ride, which someone took a camera on there. They took a camera in, and so you got to watch it via the camera. And it looked, and if I go, this will probably be the best 5 minutes of my life. It's a 5-minute ride. That's like a Smuggler's Run, or like the Star Wars ride at Disney.
Was it on YouTube or something?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah.
So what you're saying is, at Double or Nothing this weekend, I need to bring my my VR headset.
Well, no, you can't do VR because
it wasn't filmed in 3D.
It wasn't filmed in VR. He had a GoPro on.
Oh,
and he filmed the screen of what happens, and you get to see the video. It just plays out like a movie. So
I'll check it out. Yeah,
it was a lot of fun. You get to see Godzilla versus Ghidorah, and then there's a surprise monster that pops out that sadly meets its demise. But it was pretty cool. So YouTube that. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, sweet.
And then also listening to there's a podcast called The J-Man Show, which is a lot of fun too. He did something called Urban Legends recently and talks about that. A lot of fun. I'd enjoyed it. So be sure to check him out. He's on YouTube. He's on iTunes and I think YouTube as well. So check out his channel, J-Man, the J-Man Show. Entertaining. One-person show, entertaining. Those
Sweet.
Can be done and done well.
Yeah, Aaron Mackey's a one-man show. I like his stuff. So yeah,
his lore, I love lore. That was a good stuff. The whole urban legends and American folklore and stuff. So it was good. His show was good.
Sick.
So
that's awesome.
Okay, I just saw your message. So
yeah, I was like, what?
What? Yeah, I got quiet. Yeah, I was like distracted. So what did you watch, read, play, or listen to this week? Besides the three.
Oh, okay. What did I watch, play, and listen to? Man, dude, I promise one day this segment of the show in regards to me will be very interesting. I promise. But as a working artist, it's just not an interesting subject for me. My life is literally A, B, and C every day. And am I lying? Or if I'm lying, I'm dying, right? Yeah, she agrees. You can't hear her, but she agrees. No. What? Man, I ain't got time, man. Look, for those of you who don't know, I don't know if we've covered this or not. One of my main jobs is I am an illustrator for Marvel's trading card sets, on top of other things too, through Upper Deck Trading Card Company. And I do sketch cards. And listen, I've been doing it for 10 plus years now. They keep me busy. And I mean, and for good reason. It's not like I'm not a terrible artist. You know, some people might think my anatomy's a little off, but whatever, that's Facebook for you. But here's the thing, like, I wouldn't be doing this if I wasn't decent at it. And so anytime, and you know this, if somebody
you put effort into it. Unlike other artists who are this is all they do. You put effort into it. And there have been times whenever we've done pay-per-views or we've done wrestling shows where you bring your art supplies to work on them as we're watching the pay-per-views or the shows.
Yeah.
So
Cards.
Yeah, I've made you a part of Mars Attack lore. You're a part of the Mars Attack universe, man. Look, I'm just saying, like, you know, that's why when this question comes to me, I feel like I didn't try to figure out something to tell you on this. I literally have nothing. I've listened to wrestling because I'm most certainly not watching it unless something interesting happens. And Nicole goes, "Oh my God, you see that?" Rewinds it, watches it, back to work. That's literally my life. Disney emojis. I'm a basic B. Nobody cares that I play Disney emojis. I promise you. I'm almost 40.
I do because you keep getting number one. You keep getting the top spot.
Because I grind, son. I put in the work. Dude, my Hatbox Ghost is OP. Okay.
Hey, you know what? I can only go to the bathroom so many times a day to play this game.
I usually only play in the morning when it's time to, get ready for the day, as they say.
Okay.
So, You watched Tim Tracker. Oh, I did watch Tim Tracker. Tim Tracker. Tim Tracker's on YouTube. Are you familiar with Tim Tracker?
He's one of the Disney vloggers, right?
Yes, he's a Disney vlogger. He is a lovable, funny, yuppie guy. He's really cool. I've met him. He's super nice. His wife is super nice. His kid does not care for other kids, but they're a cool family. I don't know if I've ever told that story.
Yeah, you met him at Disney, right?
Yeah. But I haven't told it here, have I?
I don't think so. You met him when you were at the Coke store.
Yeah.
Okay, breaking news. Tell the story.
Breaking news. So we were on vacation at Disney World to take my goddaughter Haley because she'd never been.
Mm-hmm.
In coordination with that, my mother and my father also planned their own vacation around the same time.
Mm-hmm.
In that vacation, they took two little girls that my family has known since they were little with us.
Yep.
Fast forward to the last day that we're at Disney Springs before we go back to the airport to come back to Houston. I have to go to the Coke store. I told my friend Aaron I was going to get him a shirt that he wanted and a pop vinyl that he was interested in.
Yes.
You might have met the guy. He's kind of a fan of, soda waters, as we say down here in the South.
Yeah, I love them.
So I go down to the Coke store. Nicole, my lovely wife, stays back with my goddaughter at the big giant Disney store at Disney Springs just to shop around and do their thing. Mm-hmm. I bring the two little girls that were with my mom with me just to give my family a break for a minute. For God's sakes, these are kids. You need a break. So we were tagging that up. So I go to the Coke store. I'm walking back in the rain. We had been looking for Tim and his wife and their kid the whole time we were there because, by God, they're at Disney all the time. It's a shame if we go to Disney, you don't even come within 20 feet of them because they're there every freaking day. Every freaking day. All right? So I'm walking around. I'm just looking around, taking in the sights. Quite frankly, I don't want to leave. No one wants to leave.
Who wants to leave Disney? Who wants to leave Disney?
Exactly. I'd rather stand on the side of the road and panhandle. Know what people make in Houston just panhandling. If you do it by Disney and people are there when they're in their fields and they're handing out money anyway, my point is I'm walking past what steakhouse was that?
Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah, I'm walking past the Wolfgang Puck steakhouse. And I'm pulling the girls behind me and I look over and I see Tim. Or I see his wife.
Yeah.
Right? God. I see his wife first. I'm like, that's Jen. I'm like, and I look over and I see the kid. I'm like, that's Jackson. And I look up and I'm like, that's Tim. This is all my internal dialogue, by the way. I'm like, the trackers. So I couldn't stop myself. I said, hey, Tim, like an idiot. And he looks over and he's like, huh? And I was like, oh my God. So I fangirled out, right? Over and I'm like, guys, of course I'm being socially distanced with my mask on because I'm not crazy. And I'm like, me and my wife follow you guys on YouTube and Instagram religiously. She's been looking for you guys all week. And can I video call her on Messenger real quick to give her a panic attack? And they're like, sure, because I didn't want to keep them. I think they were trying to go to dinner or lunch or something.
Yeah.
And so
where was Nicole? Where was Nicole at? Was she 2 countries away?
I hate you. That you have to tell that story next time.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next one. That's a cliffhanger. Anyways,
I was hiding under some shelter because it was pouring. So me and Haley have a broken poncho covering ourselves.
he can see you in the mirror. It's funny.
I know. Me and my foot.
She looks like Tiny Tim.
I took the thing
It's
off.
like you sitting on my shoulder. Suddenly,
Tim
along the
Cratchit.
cold.
Tim Cratchit.
But yeah,
Tim Cratchit, because she's got one foot. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, dear. I'm
I
sorry.
was hiding from the rain.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were taking the reins. Okay, no. So I go, can I video call my wife real quick? She's gonna freak out. And they're like, yeah, cool. And so did you see Jackson react to the girls, or was that before I called you?
That was before, because I saw you said, "Hey, look what I found."
Yeah. Okay. So Jackson is her son, and they had him in a stroller with like a zip up thing to protect him from the rain. And I was like, before I called Nicole, I was like, is that Jackson? Of course I know it's Jackson. I'm not an idiot. But I have the two girls with me, and Jen, his wife's like, yeah. She's like, you want to say hi? I was like, absolutely. So she zips up. I'm like, hi, Jackson. And he like looks at me, smiles, looks over at the girls, and he does this. And I'll explain it as I'm doing it. He looks over at me and goes, mm-mm. He just shakes his head in disapproval and looks away from the girls. He high-roaded them. He high-roaded him. It was like, how does this kid know that his dad's internet famous?
It's the girls you usually smack talk.
Yeah, if that's any indication. So I call Nicole on the video messenger. I'm like, hey, sweetheart, how's it going over there? It's like, well, it's raining. We're okay. Everything okay? I was like, yeah. You want to see what I found? And like, I turn and catch them over my shoulder. And what'd you say?
Is that Tim Tracker?
And she's like, ah!
And Tim's like, hi, Nicole. Tim's like, hi, Nicole. It's like, hi.
And she kind of got all clammed up and nerded out and couldn't get a word out, and it was funny. Anyway, what were we talking about? That's what we should name the show. It's not
YouTube.
Negative.
You're talking about YouTube because you watch YouTube because you watch Tim Tracker. This is part of the what are you watching, listening to, playing, reading. Our very first part on the checklist of the show after intro.
Again, to the 11 people who listen to this show, if you're sticking around for this is your fault.
It is 19 now. We had 19 downloads. I might have been one of them, but still.
Hey, do we have one of those? Do we have one of those maps to see where they're at?
Yes.
Where's
it's a percentage map? 98% of our audience is in the US. 2% is in the UK.
We're going international.
Bloody hell, we on the England. That's a terrible.
It could be Will Offspray. It could be Will Offspray. He's at home with a broken freaking neck.
That stack of dimes he calls a neck. I can't do I'm not a Bisano. I can't do a Stone Cold impersonation. Anyway, yeah. So that's what I watch because that Disney food blog because we're suckers for Disney and all things Disney because we're living vicariously through these vloggers. That's
nothing wrong with that.
Man. Those are the things that I do aside from my homework, which I admittedly enjoyed facets of all three parts of the homework.
Yeah.
If that's fair.
That is completely fair. Okay. That is completely
that's what
fair.
I'm up to. Now, do we get into this homework or do you want to cover anything else before I go off on the deep end?
Well, before we get into the homework, because that's going to be a good thing, we should kind of announce that, in our area, concerts are opening up, events are opening up for the summer, things are happening. And for wrestling, especially the WWE, they're going back to live events. And their very first live event.
Where's it at, Aaron?
It's here in Houston.
In H-Town.
And it's funny enough because the last good, or even, basically, the last good pay-per-view that they've had was here in Houston as well. Right before the pandemic, with the Royal Rumble.
It was part of one of the best best weeks of my life.
I half agree with you, I half don't, because I felt like on my deathbed the entire weekend of that show.
Because everybody got sick at the wedding.
Yeah, patient zero, we did.
We had a super spreader wedding. We're yuppie, we're hipsters about it. We started it first.
Patient Bacon Zero got everybody sick that weekend.
I married the patient zero monkey. Yeah.
But because I got you sick, Chris, you got to meet Jardy Gargano for free.
That's
instead
true.
Of paying $50.
That's true.
Yeah, because she got us sick, I missed Thursday and Friday before the Rumble. So I had time to catch on the couch to watch stupid TV that I can't remember what I watched.
We just need to do a Wrestling Stories podcast.
Yeah, seriously, right?
We will.
Yeah, we will. I mean, God forbid we cover any one thing for too long on this podcast, unless we make one of our 19 people upset. So we're gonna kind of spread it out. That way, we're not pigeonholing ourselves into one certain subject. We want everybody to be happy about the podcast.
We do. But shows are coming back. We are going to have a good week of wrestling for 1 week because Wednesday is AEW, and then 2 days later is SmackDown.
Road trip.
Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
Exactly. So
I'm excited, man.
I'm excited for that. And then I bought my first, music show set of tickets for August. Yeah, I think it's August. I don't remember now. I gotta check the passes. But there's a metal show coming. Haven't been to a show in over a year. I miss going to see a semi-followed metal band. Like, they have a following, not a giant following. Say like the ones that are like Slipknot or Maiden or stuff like that. But they have a good following, and that's for the band Frozen Soul, which will be here in Houston in August. So I can't wait for that. I'm excited to see that. So yeah, shows are opening up. That's great. Now back to your homework.
Yes. Quick side note before we get back to the homework. We'll post this on the FRN social media. In our neck of the woods in the Channelview area of Houston, there's a barbecue joint opening up.
I saw the picture earlier.
I had no clue was a thing until the other night. Quick, here's the Sports Center edition. Me and my wife pulled up to the stoplight. And as you do at the stoplight, you're sitting there for too long. You're kind of looking around, taking in the seat. You should be looking around anyway, but whatever. I was looking around and I saw the sign for the barbecue restaurant. And I said, Nicole, look over to your left in that general direction and see if you notice anything. And she looks over. She's like, I don't see. I'm like, look a little closer. She's like, are you kidding me? I was like, no, I'm not kidding you. If I'm reading that correctly, that sign says Jerry Lawler's Barbecue. It's like, oh man, what? And not only that, it's still under construction. Not only that, it is in one of these like fly-by-night pop-up gas station / pediatrician / we'll take your Blue Cross Blue Shield. You got no coverage, that's okay. Pediatric care center, yada yada. Washateria / gas station / mom and pop Miami Vice restaurant. It's got all this random crap in there and a Jerry Lawler's King's Barbecue to go joint.
Well, I will say this about that. You do realize that all the wait staff will be under the age of 23 and female.
Oh.
Well,
Oh, come on.
So what you're saying is it's a barbecue restaurant / puppy adoption?
No, it's gas station Hooters.
Gas station Hooters. So how much
all the waitresses are going to be doctors?
Dude, they're going to be $2.63 a gallon. The Hooters, the gas.
The Hooters?
The Hooters are $2.63 a gallon. A gallon? What?
Jerry Lawler's Barbecue. Where the melons are always 2 pounds each.
Dude, if he doesn't have hush puppies on the menu, it's a shame.
No, it's not hush puppies. It's cease and desist puppies.
I was about to say, is that what he calls the waitresses when they threaten?
when they threatened to lawsuit him.
When they out him,
Yeah.
he's like, "Hey, hush, puppies."
Hey,
I
sign
know
the
that's
seat
terrible.
right here.
That's not a very nice joke. I'm just saying, like, we all know Jerry Lawler's not the pinnacle, if you will, of I don't know, like being crass about having any sort of like respect for women or whatever. But hey, we all know who he is.
Cease and desist puppies. Come on now.
The
That
cease
better
and
be on the
desist
menu.
puppies. Jesus. So, how much are the cease and desist puppies? 10 to 15 dollars.
10 for 15
dollars? No, 10 to 15 years if you order them, and a record that would follow you for the rest of your life. You scumbag.
He's gonna have cameras all over the place.
Come on, man! Don't ruin it for me before I even go in there. I don't want to be on court TV. Like, here's the footage of when such and such happened. And it's my big bulbous head there ordering, ribs and a chicken sandwich. Like, oh, Jerry Lawler.
Well, if you're gonna make sure they're not baby back ribs.
It does sound like the shark.
Just make sure they're not baby back ribs.
Oh God,
you're gonna be in trouble.
No, they'll be consent ribs.
Consent ribs.
Consent ribs. In Texas, it's 17. For those who are counting, if that means anything to you. The only reason I brought that up is because for some reason that fact came up in a conversation the other day. It's just like, why do I care if consent is 17? Who gives whatever. Jerry Lawler's opening a barbecue pit, a barbecue joint in Channelview. For those of you in the Houston area, you're welcome. Off Wallaceville, do some Google flu. You'll see.
The cease and desist puppies and baby back ribs.
Working my way through dental college, barbecue sandwich and steak fry combo basket. Oh, I know, that's terrible. I'm such a bad person. Oh my God.
Oh, like the application for that place is going to be like, an application. You get a T-shirt and an OnlyFans account.
There's so many off-color jokes that just don't belong on this PG-13 podcast. So I just can't say them.
It happens.
Anyways, use your imagination. The stuff would write itself, Anyway. Yeah, so my homework.
Yes, your homework.
Yeah. Welcome to the FRN. Freaking rants. Freaking rant notorious. Yeah, freaking rant network. Yeah, so my homework.
You remember where you are.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay, so Aaron wanted me to watch, which I would have watched anyway. It's not like you had to pull my arm or anything. I have Netflix. Okay. Uh-huh. It's the number one movie on Netflix in America and in Indonesia or whatever. Look, I watched Army of the Dead.
Mm-hmm.
I watched Train to Busan.
Well, I'll just say this. I got a little bit of a backlash last week for my review of Army of the Dead and how people said I was too harsh. I was told, I was told that I was too harsh. And I was told that I'm judging somebody that's never going to win an Oscar movie, which doesn't make sense. Honestly, like a lot of the comments I see when people are defending this movie, if you start your comment off and it's essentially a question that goes, is this movie going to win any awards? And you respond back with the answer no, and that's your first statement, or that statement is in your overall rhetorical, response, you're failing because you're defending a crappy movie then. If you're defending it with it's not a good movie enough to win an award. So I got some hate and I got some praise about my thoughts on the movie. And now I wanted you to watch it just to make sure that I was not crazy and that my views were not the only person's views. So what did you think of what some consider the zombie masterpiece of the best zombie movie within the last 20 years?
Oh, God.
Yeah, I felt the same.
Oh, God. You almost made me throw up my wings and my fries. Look. Okay. First off, as an artist, I will say this, and I will stand by it to the day I die. Art is subjective. Okay, it's what you get from it. Okay,
Yes.
so if you are a Zack Snyder file, then by all means, Zack Snyder it away.
Okay.
The world is your oyster, Skipper. Go get it. You know what I mean? Get rich, son. Enjoy it. That's you.
Yep.
There's other people who don't care what you think about the movie, and they're going to have their own opinions. And God forbid it doesn't match up with yours. People might be thinking I'm talking about social media. No, I'm just talking about reactions to one movie.
Yep.
You know, too often we go to opinions.com and we barf all over the internet what we think about things, and God forbid anybody don't agree with it. Okay, so the writing was on the wall as far as I'm concerned. After watching this movie, I should have known when for like what 2 weeks or so before the movie came out, maybe 3 weeks before, we started having segments on WWE where Rotten Tomatoes were being thrown in the ring.
Yeah.
Okay. Rotten Tomatoes. Good grief. Okay, and this again, this is my opinion, so save it. Okay, if you don't like it, that's okay. You have an opinion too. That's okay. Relax. Jeez, man. Okay, so anyway, initial reactions were, to me, it is just a popcorn movie. That's what Zack Snyder makes, his popcorn movies. Zack Snyder is in like a what's that movie, the Skull and Bones or whatever, that had the kid from Dawson's Creek and or whatever, Bones, Skulls, the Skulls.
Yeah,
okay.
The Skulls.
There's an elite club of guys in Affliction t-shirts in 5 o'clock shadows, and you know, have 2 or more divorces, whatever the case may be. I'm not
more divorces.
I'm not raining on anybody's parade, man. I'm simply saying these are man baby movies. Okay. Look, don't make it anything it's not, dude. It is literally, and I'm saying dude as in y'all, whoever's listening to this, okay? Like, it is just a movie with dead on accurate headshots from skinny blonde guys who crack vaults for a living are suddenly killer marksmen with a gun. Zombies who break necks as opposed to eat faces. Zombies who get booty and make babies. There's just okay. Oh, okay.
Well, that kind of seems to be like a trope with Snyder, because in the remake of Dawn, we had a zombie baby.
Yeah.
And this one, we had a zombie fetus.
And all this is going to play into that. I have a surprise for you that I'm going to run by you in a little while. But yes, there's a, for lack of a better word, a Bible that Zack Snyder carries around with him in his front pocket of his Affliction t-shirt that says there are like 12 things that have to be in a Zack Snyder movie. Okay. Characters flipped on their ears to be completely who they're not supposed to be. One or more people in the cast who may or may not have done some seedy things in real life, and you're going to have to completely digitally take them out of the movie. Look, man, I mean, there's no way that I could say anything on this podcast that's going to make anybody across the board 100% happy that listens to this. There are going to be fans who love it. There's going to be a lot more people who hate it. I'm sorry. It's just the way it is. But art is subjective. When you put yourself out there, you're not going to make everybody happy.
That's true.
There are people who hate me. I know it. And that's not me. I'm not acting like I'm a rapper saying, hate on me, haters, or whatever. I'm realistic.
Yeah. Okay? It's part of life.
It is. Exactly. Rob Liefeld knows it. You should too.
Oh, Anatomy hates him too.
Man, I'm telling you. Burn Hogarth, turn over in his grave. The whole point is, I simply cannot express how, at the end of the day, my opinion doesn't mean anything. Right?
It doesn't. I mean, everybody has opinions.
But I guess I wanted to say that so whoever's listening to this doesn't have a coronary, and they know that I don't. That they know that I know I'm full of hot air.
The problem is that this movie was so hyped up that it crossed medias of promotion.
That's one of the first things that bothered me about this.
We wouldn't have cared if it was just hyped up over Netflix, but this was hyped up over wrestling. This was hyped up over commercials. They show it's supposed to be included in video games coming up too. With I want to say it's either PUBG or Fortnite. One of the free base games is supposed to pop up in there as well. They want to bring Batista's and the blonde-haired guy's character into one of the Call of Duties, or was it Battlefield? One of the zombie games. I wanted to bring him into one of the zombie games as a cross promotion. So this movie isn't just a Netflix, a new zombie movie. This thing was hyped up and promoted to make money and to bring in the casual fan, just like the original Dawn of the Dead was promoted as well. And when you have all this hype and we have all of this promotion, we have all this, all these new viewers to basically renewing Netflix accounts or even starting Netflix accounts to watch it, then more eyes are going to be on it and everybody's going to start talking about it, good or bad. With this movie, if you're a horror fanatic and you've watched enough horror movies, you can see where he cut out the best parts of other movies and put them into this. If you're a casual fan and only know of like the top slashers, like the Nightmare on Elm Streets, the Friday the 13th, the Halloweens, and even the Trick or Treats or Krampuses, you're not going to know those things. Even if you watch Walking Dead, you're not going to know it.
Groundbreaking for you.
It's nothing groundbreaking. You're going to start picking off the things that are from other movies. So with people, and I've debated people online, social media, whenever they say, well, if you don't like his movies, why do you watch them? Well, the same thing everybody else, the same reason why everybody else does. They're hyped up. You want to see them. And how do you know if the movie's good if you don't watch it?
How are they going to ask you? How are they going to ask you as a WWE fan, if you don't like it, why do you keep watching? Because at the end of the day, we have hope. This S on my chest stands for hope, Zach. Okay? I hold out hope that I find a diamond in the rough. Because every now and then we get fed some decent stuff. We're like, oh, let's hold on for one more day. And that's how they keep us going.
His Watchmen, I found entertaining. His 300, I found entertaining. He's got even his Mulligan Justice League was entertaining. If you cut it down, if you cut down all the slow motion out, it's this movie that's been hyped up to everybody, and you got people defending it, people not defending it, and it's becoming a talking point. But I think what's creating the hype or creating more of a talking point of it is that the people defending it aren't defending it with valid points. They're only defending it with, well, if you don't like it, why did you watch it? Or it's not going to win an award, or it's just it's part of Zack Snyder's vision. Well, does he have blurry vision? Because that's what half the movie was. It was blurred to a focal and then blurred again. So, yeah, I mean, those are my thoughts. But along with this movie, I asked you to watch 2 other movies.
Yes.
And the reason for that is to see if you could see where maybe Snyder got inspired with quotations for Army of the Dead. Because, and I'm bringing this up because after last week's episode, after we recorded, I went and I started looking up interviews and articles and more interviews that Zack Snyder has done of this movie. And he contradicts himself so many times with how he came up with this movie. First contradiction. He started working on this movie after he made the original Dawn of the Dead in 2004. And he started writing this movie in 2006. Another article or another interview. He started writing this movie 4 years ago.
What draft?
His first draft. He got the
Oh my
idea
God.
about 4 years ago when he took a trip to Vegas.
Is that when Aliens came out 4 years ago? No.
I
The
don't
answer
know.
is no. Aliens did not come out 4 years
No.
ago.
That
Go
and
back
then
and look at Aliens and watch this movie, and talk to me about inspiration. But yeah, go ahead.
and then he said that he was watching Ocean's 11, and he thought, you know, what would be cool is if zombies were there. So, which one is it? Because he keeps saying completely different answers about the process of this movie, about how he came up with the idea.
It's almost like
And
if you dubbed what he said, it would be almost as similar to what he said, but dubbed in Japanese.
I'm pretty sure if he dubbed what he was
Understandable.
saying and put it and added some slow motion, you'd get Army of the Dead Part 2.
Oh God.
But so the other two movies.
Yes.
I asked you to watch Train to Busan, the
Mhm.
original, and then the sequel, Train to Busan Peninsula,
Yes.
which came out last year. That one came out last year.
Peninsula came out last year.
Yeah, Peninsula came out last year.
When did it go in production?
I believe production for that one was 2018.
18,
I think it was 2018. 2018 or 2017.
When was production on Army of the Dead? Or do we even know at this point? Has it been in production for the last,
last year?
15 years?
They went in production last year.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. For peculiar, wouldn't you say? Yeah. For those who are not putting two and two together here, and what we're saying here is that Aaron is of the belief, and I'm inclined to agree, that Zack Snyder is Army of the Dead is a little more than quote unquote inspired by Train to Busan Peninsula. Quick side note, I just want to give some love to Train to Busan. This movie came out, like you said, a while back. It came out in 2019, right?
I want to say I saw it in theaters 2019 or 2016, not 2019.
It was 2016? That movie's been out that long?
It's been out that long. Yes.
God have mercy. I did not realize I was this old. Okay. I had every intention of watching it, but I stay busy, man. Like, I just don't. I can't give you a valid reason why I didn't go see it. I just didn't get a chance to get around to seeing it. I really enjoyed Train to Busan. It was a really cool original story. It reminded me, it had vibes of like 28 Days Later, definitely, with the track star zombies, and you can't avoid that. The tone of the film, the way the movie was filmed, and like it's like dulcet gray tones and all these, all this industrial, flattened, muted color.
Yeah.
Very much, reminiscent of that. Very much to me reminiscent of, and hard to avoid this, I would say, tinges of Resident Evil video games, tinges of Silent Hill, and or the game where you took pictures of the people in the house on PlayStation. Yeah, I don't know. I forget
it. Yes, you use the camera. You use the camera to
right.
capture the ghosts.
And this totally makes sense, being that it was a Korean film, right?
Yeah.
Or is it a Japanese film? I apologize. I'm not sure.
Train is Korean.
Korean? Okay, yeah.
Yes.
So, well, that makes sense given where it all take place. Okay. Obviously, one would have to assume that these influences would have to be there because the Asian horror culture and modern film and media, video games, everything, all have a kind of a thread, right?
Yes.
And so I expected that going in. I was a little hesitant because I'm a big old ninny when it comes to The Grudge. I hate that whatever that is. It bugs the crap out of me. It scares me. I hate it.
The cat sounds?
No, not the little kid. That's fine. I'm talking about
the choking.
The one hanging out in the corner of the room while the hair tentacles coming out. I hate that.
Well, you know why she makes that sound, right?
because she got choked. What that
Yeah,
was?
like she was getting choked out by her husband.
Yeah, no, I get that, but
Okay.
look, at 3 o'clock in the morning, if I look up at my bedroom door, it's slightly ajar, and I hear that noise, and I don't see eye level face looking at me. If I look up to the very top of that door and see a face going at me, I am urinating myself, bar none. That scares the crap out of me. Anyway, Train to Busan was a great story. I enjoyed the character development. At first, it was a little rough for me because I was like, I didn't have a sympathetic. I didn't much feel sorry for the little girl, because to me, she was, almost kind of playing the parents against each other. But that's what kids do, right?
Yeah,
So,
they do.
yeah, you're like, all right, kid, I get it. Mommy's gonna do this and Daddy's gonna do that, and he's gonna love me, and he's my birthday. Oh, game system, you already gave me one. I didn't feel bad.
I will say this: that little girl I can relate because she is very reminiscent of the stuff that Gwen does. So I understand that.
Yeah, so there's that, and then the stereotypical. I hate to say it, stereotypical. I'm too busy, Dad. I have many TPS reports to fill out. I have major accounts in overseas hedge funds and blah 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 blah. I mean, you have to do those things, I guess, if you want to create a distant parent, right? Surely they're wearing khakis and have a laptop and 3 cell phones. They're far too busy to be a parent. So there's that. But outside of that, once the movie got going, I started to forgive that, and I was okay. I was like, I know we had to be there to get to where we were. You have to establish that to get to where you're going.
Yes.
The gentleman who was married to the lady who was pregnant, wasn't he Wong? Wasn't he Wong from Doctor Strange?
I don't remember.
From the same Sanctum Sanctorum? Surely. I think he's Infinity War. He's like, "This is not enough for you." All the people on your left,
I don't remember.
I could have sworn. I mean,
I can check right now.
Yeah, if you want to look that up, I feel like if that's not him, that's his freaking twin. But the character development for him worked out well. I like that he was the tank of the group. That dude was like, bar none, like.
No, he's not in a.
That's not him.
That's not him.
That's a completely different dude.
Completely different guy.
What?
But he will be in a Marvel movie next year or this year.
Oh, is he going to be in Shang-Chi?
No. Eternals.
Oh, is he one of the Eternals?
He's Gilgamesh.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, cool. Yeah. Fine. I enjoyed the guy's work. He was awesome.
Yeah.
I loved his character development. I mean, the only thing that bothered me after this movie, are we giving spoilers on this at this point?
You can give spoilers. You can give spoilers.
Spoilers. Fast forward to, I don't know, man, 5 minutes from now, whatever.
5 minutes from now?
Yeah. At the end of the movie, where the pregnant woman and the little girl walking through the train tunnel.
Yes.
And she's singing that song to let them know they're not zombies.
No. She's singing the song because that's how she remembers her dad.
Oh, I mean, as a moviegoer, that's why I was like, oh, thank God she's singing that, because if not, she's about to get her head turned to pink mist or whatever.
Yes.
So, but yeah, no, that's right. That's the one she was singing for the recital, and he didn't show up. You're right. I didn't state that, but that was what was going on. I'm a little let down that those two characters, from what I can tell, were not the two Asian women in the second movie. I feel like that was a missed opportunity.
It could have been, yeah.
Right, because it was an older Asian woman and a young baby Asian girl and a teenage Asian girl.
Yeah. And
this was like 4 years later or so after the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
Where zombies don't fall apart, by the way.
But from what I read was they didn't want to make a direct sequel from the first one because they knew that they couldn't do it. They knew that
Was it a rights thing?
No, it was more of the writer was like, basically, how can we put the same character that survived from the first one and still keep your emotions are still tie your emotions again, because you can't. The feelings that you had at the end of the first Train to Busan, your emotions were being ripped apart, especially on whenever the dad says goodbye. It's an emotional thing.
Yeah.
So with the dad gone, with her husband gone, with everybody else gone except for them two, how could you have the emotional attachment again? So the writer decided to go in a different direction with the sequel. But with the first Train movie, one of my favorite moments was the hibernation scene where they go through the tunnel and they're climbing on the roof racks to get to the next car.
Yeah, that was tense. That was it made me had to go potty because I was scared. I was like, don't knock down a bag, don't pull a string and stop the train, don't do none of this.
Yep.
Yeah,
but
I found it a little scary. Yeah.
Yeah, it was scary, but I mean, but you can see where that was copied or inspired in Army.
Yes.
With the lobby. Yep. Definitely inspired.
God, dude, I kept making mental notes. That was inspired by that. The whole go in and get my money. That was a whole thing.
Yep.
I mean, that was the thing. Yeah. I was just like, okay. So, again, art is subjective, and I'm not going to sit here and take that as an artist. I'm not inspired by other artists. As a matter of fact, any artist worth their salt that says that is a complete lying sack of crap. Sorry. Yes. But that's just the truth. That's how we keep this party going. Yes. So with that being said, I'm not necessarily defending saying that you should outright rip off somebody's work, but I feel like that's kind of what happened here.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So similar that it was it was kind of hard to enjoy the second one, knowing that I was going, once I started figuring out, because you gave me the preface to say, hey man, be on the lookout because there's a connection between these two movies. I was that whole entire time my brain was just playing movie Sudoku, trying to figure out the puzzle. I was just like, oh, here it goes here, move this here, this is this, and blah blah blah. Okay, well, yeah, he definitely completely ripped it off. I mean, there's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
What are the chances? I mean, really, that we're making two zombie movies about going and getting money in a zombie-infested place,
a quarantine place,
and trying to get out with the money.
Yep.
When, in theory, whoever needed the money doesn't really need the money.
Exactly.
But whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if I separate, honestly though, if I could separate, like if I didn't watch Army of the Dead, watch the second movie, The Peninsula, I wouldn't have thought none of that, and I would have been like, hey, these are great movies, and they are. But knowing what I knew, it kind of put a damper on the second movie for me because I was like, oh, I seen this already, you know?
Yeah.
I was like, I've been here. It's the same old. But I digress.
The one thing with Peninsula that I really enjoyed, because it took the tropes of the first movie. In the first movie, it's established that the zombies are triggered by sight and sound.
Yes,
that's a thing.
Yeah,
they played into that.
Used masterfully in the second movie, by the way.
Yes, with the RC car, the horns, the lights, everything. They it's so well done, very well done. And they tried it. I don't know. I can't explain Army of the Dead. It's hard to explain because they kind of go back and forth with their rules. When Army of the Dead setting up the rules.
Oh, it's fast and loose.
Huh?
Very, very fast and loose with the rules. There's
the rules don't matter. They don't follow their own rules.
No.
As they're setting them up.
No.
At least in Train series, they stick to the formula, and I think that's why, to me, it's done better. It's done much better just because they stick to a set formula that works. I mean, to be honest, it works. So
it does. Now, quick side note: I chimed in earlier with this, and I just want to reiterate: I enjoyed The Walking Dead, the first 8,000 seasons that we're on until it just got old for me.
Yeah.
But One of the things that Walking Dead did, and more so to that matter, the book they based the movie off of with Brad Pitt,
World War
Z. And
Yes.
Max Brooks is like guides to zombies and stuff like that.
Yeah, the
all
guy
these
zombie
things,
apocalypse.
yes, all these things have ruined the idea of the track star zombie for me. I can't be 100% fearful of the track star zombie because I has brain.
Yeah.
And I has knowledge of how body works.
Well,
bodies break down. So if you're going to have, I'm sorry, but if you're going to have track star zombies, I'm dumb. If you're going to, okay, no, I mean really.
Yeah, it's true.
Telegraph it to me, for God's sakes. If you're going to telegraph anything to me like I'm 5 years old, explain to me why these zombies over 4 years in the peninsula of what, North Korea or South Korea? In the Korean peninsula,
the South Korea,
South Korea, where all these zombies who don't know nothing about staying out of weather. Okay, no, you really.
Yeah, it's
Explain
true
to me how these things did not deteriorate after the first 3 months.
Could be a very humid environment. Could be a very moist environment.
That explanation does not.
It doesn't. At the same time, Army of the Dead, you had Naruto running, Spider-Man, track star, parkour zombies.
Yeah, with that throwaway intro. Okay, yeah. Not to mention the coyote chick.
Yes.
How easy is her stupid job? There's only one person in this quarantine zone that's literally 3 doors down from the actual place where all the zombies are. If you want to get inside, she's the only one who can show you how to get there. She's like, oh yeah, I'll take you in. Hold on. Let's take 20 steps here. We'll turn left. We'll take 22 more steps. We'll turn right and open the door. Boom, we're in.
And it's a trail lit up by Christmas lights to show where the door is at.
Yeah, as if no one's going to stumble across that.
Yeah.
If you have common sense and that's what. Okay, to go back to what I was originally saying, it's a popcorn movie. Do not go in with. If you go in with zero expectations, you're gonna have a good time. Okay, if you go in with expectations, you're going to have a bad time. It's just not going to work for you.
If you go in, if you're a horror movie fanatic and you go in expecting something different, you're going to have a bad time.
Oof. Yes.
You're going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
If you go in and you have no knowledge of horror movies and you only watch them around Halloween because they're fun, you'll like it. Chances are you'll like it. Visually, this movie looks great. Zack Snyder does a great job of making things look amazing. He's a visual artist. But the second that you start looking at the story, the second you start not dissecting it, but trying to follow his outline, that's where he can't be consistent. And that's my biggest problem with Snyder, is that unless he has great writers or production people on his ass to make sure that he sticks to his script, he messes up. He doesn't become, the story becomes plot hole filled, inconsistent. The storylines don't get resolved. Nothing happens.
That's one of the things I thought to myself the other night when I was thinking about it. There's so many great writers in comics right now. Like there's guys like Donny Cates and Jonathan Hickman. These guys are doing amazing work that have literally been planting seeds for the stories they're telling now.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like if you're Zack Snyder, if you supposedly started working on Army of the Dead, like right after you got done with Dawn of the Dead, you had more than enough time to plot out the next 4 movies that you're supposedly going to do with your sequels and your prequels and all this crap.
Yes.
Horse hockey. You did none of that.
Nope.
You didn't realize you wanted to do another zombie movie. I'm sorry, until you saw Train to Busan Peninsula. So, you're like, oh, hey, I can do that.
So to follow up with that, I just did some research. Army of the Dead went into filming production, September of 2019. That's when it started production.
Okay.
September 2019.
When did Peninsula come out?
Peninsula started production in May of 2019 and filmed and finished filming in 62 days. So they went from May through July, and we're done. Completely done filming. May through to July, done filming. The first set released photos and synopsis was released June 5th, 2019.
For Peninsula?
For Peninsula.
Okay, June 5th, 2019.
The first synopsis and pictures of Army was released December 2019.
It's too much of a coincidence, man.
And in the age of internet and social media and news things, you know that the day that the Peninsula articles went up, he was watching. He was hearing about it. So,
he had time.
Yeah, he had plenty of time.
I'm not trying to make light of anything that happened in his life. I'm simply saying the man had time to be inspired.
Yes, to be inspired.
Would you want to chime in on this? Nicole wants to chime in on this. She has something she wants to drop on us with this.
Well, to Aaron's point, I watched with Chris. I'm not a horror movie fan like y'all are. I'm just casual. I've seen half of Nightmare and stuff like that, and it put me to sleep. I was bored, and I like zombie movies.
And she don't watch horror.
Mm-hmm.
She is also a ninny, but she loves zombies.
Yeah, I mean, I walked out of the new Halloween movie.
Yeah, when Michael Myers stomped on the doctor's head, that's when she had enough.
I went to the arcade, but it bored me to death, and I fell asleep.
Yeah. So if that's
and this is for Army. This is for Army.
Yeah.
And I didn't take any of my pain pills for my foot, so I was sane brain, all that.
The one thing I can disagree with you on when you preface this movie for me, I have to tell you, I did not hate the tiger as much as you hated the tiger. It didn't look at. I was expecting PlayStation 1 graphics.
This was PlayStation 2 graphics.
The 70. Well, okay, look, the $70 million. Listen, Linda, the $70 million that he spent on this movie, more than half of that was that tiger. At least you could kind of see where the money went.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean there was motion capture, obviously, unless somebody just had a preloaded tiger moving around inside of their Adobe, whatever the hell they're using for that movie. But I didn't hate. I would argue one of my favorite scenes was when the tiger was eating the dude's head.
Oh yeah, like when you fought the enforcer, that was amazing.
Yeah,
the clawed up face and everything. Yeah, that was
a perfect marriage of practical and digital effects.
Yes, that
I will give him praise for
great. That part was great.
Yeah,
it was. Take that, go to Netflix, watch the movie Zombies. Zoombies. That movie came out 3 years ago. It's about a zoo that gets turned into zombies. And what do you think the main animal is in that movie?
Come on, man. Are you telling me?
No. God. Again, I watch a lot of crappy movies. And I watch a lot of crappy horror movies.
Apparently you and Zach have a lot in common.
Well, here's the difference. I know other people have seen this movie. In his mind, nobody's seen it, so it's okay to rip it off.
No one else is watching this except for me. I'm going to steal all of it.
I could just see him walking at like, hey, Netflix, bro, I'll get this movie right. It's got a zombie tiger. It's got Batista. And we're going to go to Vegas because I like to gamble on fights. Yeah. Okay, so, bro, check it out, bro. Okay, so what's going to happen is that after Batista comes down and kills the zombies, this tiger is going to kill this other people, bro. And then, you see my new tattoo? It's a barbed wire, bro. And then, and then this tiger is going to kill this other guy, bro. But it's like a queen zombie and the tiger. And it's symbolic of wait, what did that movie do? Okay, well, it's whatever this movie did, but mine's gonna be better, bro. Okay.
Hold on a second. He walks into the Netflix boardroom. Or no, I'm sorry, he doesn't walk in. He kicks the door in.
He kicks the door.
And he's like, my name is Zach, and I like to party. And the head Netflix guy's like, my name is also Zach, and I like to party. Well, I am also Zach, and I, in fact, like to party.
It's a boardroom of Zacks. It's a boardroom of Zacks.
Yeah, that's the only way this movie could have happened, man. Is it? It's, what? Huh?
Yeah, it's
Look, and so again, for those, if you're still mad, if you're mad and still listening, I feel for you. I understand. Dude, I will back your right to have your opinion till the day I die. But my opinion simply is this is not the penultimate zombie flick that everybody wants to say it is. Going back to the original point we made when it comes to like the marketing for this movie, there's something called kayfabe. If you're not familiar with the word kayfabe, in wrestling, it means keeping the lie alive.
Yes.
It's to say, yes, The Undertaker is an undead zombie ass kicker from Death Valley, California. Or yes, Kane is his necrophiliac burn victim brother who was
that
born...
wasn't Kane. That was Triple H dressed as Kane.
Oh, I'm sorry. Kayfabe. Anyway. And he also talk like this. My point is, as the tortured soul wrestling fans that we are, we can't help but kick ourselves in the teeth by watching this crap every week. Because again, this S on my chest stands for hope.
No, not only do we watch it, not only do we watch it, we buy tickets to go see it live. We buy the merch. We buy the toys. We buy the video games.
Damn it,
we buy the comics. We buy the books. We buy the DVDs and Blu-rays.
And to your point, I spend money on this mess. I want to say other words.
We're spending money on this mess 3 times this summer. 3 times this summer.
And when in the Miz, the wrestler the Miz is like a really good cupcake they keep dangling in front of you and switching it out with a protein shake every now and then bringing back the cupcake. So I always hold out hope when I see the Miz that I'm going to get the talking smack Miz that put Daniel Bryan in his place. We don't get that anymore. We sure hope we will, but we won't.
Here's another problem with the wrestling cross promotion. The zombies in the movie did gymnastics, parkour, ninja, Naruto running, and everything. The zombies on the pay-per-view Backlash shambled and walked around. They didn't do any of that. They didn't do gymnastics. They didn't run around. They didn't do parkour. They didn't Naruto run. None of that.
But so they were smart enough to stay in their zombie lumberjack locker room.
So they didn't even stay consistent with the movie.
Yes, and furthermore, hoping, since I saw 2 wrestlers get eaten by zombies, I don't want to see these wrestlers back on my TV without full-on prosthetic makeup. I want them shambling through SummerSlam. Kayfabe. You want me to believe in kayfabe? You want me to buy all the stupid gimmicks you throw out there?
Yeah.
And then I get that?
Yep.
Come off it, mate. Come off it. You're taking the piss out of me, are you? Come on. What the hell, man? I'm sorry. I need to calm down. It was a misstep. It was a gigantic clod hopping, lugs boots, stacker 2 sipping, Snickers presents 1-800 collect phone call making garbage mistake.
Little Caesars upgrade.
Little Caesars front row upgrade. That's right.
I don't think we're allowed to bring Little Caesars on the show.
Silverdome, brother.
I don't think we're allowed to mention Little Caesars on the show because of the troll association with the other show. I'm just saying, it's not Pika approved.
That's true. It's true. It's damn true.
So, one last question of your movie marathon that you had,
Yes.
if you were to rank all 3 movies, how would you rank them? 1 being best, 3 being worst. How would you rank them all?
1 being the best is going to be the first Train to Busan,
Okay.
because to me it was an original story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't have any expectations, even though I was told to do this homework. I put two and two together, walking into it, knowing that this first movie is in no way, shape, or form connected to Army of the Dead. Not that I can tell.
Yes.
Okay, so for me, it's number 1. I
Okay.
believe the hype now. I remember hearing how great it was and thinking, and my wife can attest to this, I hate when everybody and their mama tells me something is the best thing since sliced bread, and I absolutely have to listen / watch / play it. I'm like, no, you lying sack of dog dookie. I know you're full of crap.
Okay.
Especially if it won an Academy Award.
Okay.
And was played in 3 theaters nationwide and somehow won 8 awards. Get bent. The movie sucks.
Okay.
Sorry. Anyway,
it's fair. It's fair.
That's just my opinion.
Okay. That is a fair and balanced stereotyped opinion. Because it does happen. That does happen. There are those movies that are independent and that are low budget that win all these awards, but when you watch it, it is terrible. They are terrible. That does happen.
And I gotta follow. It's art is subjective. I have to reiterate that. I want everybody to understand. I know what art is. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm in the know.
But every so often you get one of those hidden gems that does win all these awards, but it's a good movie. It is good.
What movie do you have in mind to make sure I'm not insane?
That has won a whole bunch of awards?
Yes.
Are you
talking about the one, Parasite?
That one was good. I did like Parasite. Yes.
I enjoyed Parasite. That was
Parasite.
Carmella. Yes. Hey everybody, welcome to FRN. Chris screams at Carmella. Shut up.
What was the movie that we watched at Texas Frightmare? Did we watch the camp? Did you watch the camping one with us, where the family went camping?
You talking about the RV, the killer RV?
No. Oh, no, not that one. The one where like the family went camping and another family went camping, and
were they in a cabin in the woods?
No. I think it was called the Killing Land or the Killing Zone.
No,
you might not have been. You might that might have been somebody else who watched it with me. I think that might have been Jeremy that watched it with me, not FRN Jeremy, but other Jeremy that watched it with me.
Yeah,
but that one won a lot of awards. I think it's called the Killing Place or the Killing Path or area. But that one won a lot of awards, and that one was really good. So, but there are other movies that I've seen that have claimed to win awards that are terrible. In fact, there are even movies that I know that are still in production 5 years later that have won awards that haven't even been released yet. So
I'm not in the know on this at all.
You stick into enough horror movie groups, you start seeing people promote their own horror movies that they're making and they're still making, but have claimed to have won awards for, and there's no movie. So
Gotcha.
It happens.
Wow. Yeah. So I thought you were talking about Bunraku or whatever, that little like the red light, green light little guy or whatever. It's like
the As the Gods Will movie.
Yes, that thing was so good.
That one was really good.
I enjoyed the crap out of that. I don't know if it won any awards, but it was fun. And that's what I go to the movies for, folks, to have fun.
Because I have the movie right here next to me.
I recommend that. If you haven't seen As the God, there he is. Yeah, As the Gods Will. If you haven't seen that, find if it's streaming. If not, go ahead and pay the $19.99 on, was it Arrow Video put that out, or is somebody else?
No, this one is through Funimation. But
it's Funimation?
Funimation, yes.
Oh, that's right. Well, duh, that makes sense, I guess. Okay.
But I bought the Blu-ray through, Diabolique.
Okay.
Diabolique. I bought the Blu-ray through them, and it was like only like $15. It was really cheap.
I need to get a copy of that as well, man. I've been sleeping on it.
It was so good. That movie's so good.
I bet you would enjoy this, actually, dear. I think.
Well, yeah, she's a weeb. Of course she would.
Yeah,
What's
you would
it
enjoy
called?
As the Gods Will.
As the God. Let me see. If
Are you
it's
looking
on-
for it right now?
Yeah, I have the Funimation app.
Oh, we have an
I'm a
app for
weeb.
that apparently.
Apparently so.
Well, I'm a weeb.
I
Of course, I have the Funimation app.
I
Have to
know
watch
I've seen it somewhere where you can watch it for free. So it's either on Shudder, HBO, or Netflix, but it's on one of those movie apps. That's an
Okay.
amazing movie. So Clay, if you're listening, my suggestion for you to watch is As the Gods Will, because he takes my recommendations seriously. Great movie. If you don't like to read, put the dubs on. The dubs are okay. The dubs are decent, but it's a good movie. You'll definitely like it. You'll
Yes,
definitely like it.
Clay, our acolyte,
Yes,
as the Aaron wills, watch As the Gods Will.
as the Aaron Wills. But yeah, highly suggest watching that movie. It's so much fun.
Yeah, so Train to Busan. I know. I see us. We're at that 126 marker. I know that Dwayne's gonna be pulling his hair out.
His beard.
His beard.
His
Okay,
beard.
there we go. He's pulling his hair has receded so much. He's pulling the hair out of the back of his neck. He's so mad.
Mm-hmm.
Look, okay.
It's on Funimation.
Oh god, she's about to put it on. I guess here in a little bit. You're gonna put.
Oh, she found it.
Yeah, it's on Funimation's app. She added it to her queue. Oh, it's so good. Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
So yeah, the first Train to Busan was definitely out of these three the Golden Glove winner,
Okay.
if you will. Followed by Peninsula. Again, if I had not watched Army of the Dead before I watched Train to Peninsula or
Mhm.
Train to Busan Peninsula, I would have had no problems with it, man. Because are there tropes? Absolutely. It's hard to have a zombie movie without them. But
Now, did you mind the Peninsula Drift segment of that movie? Because a lot of people did not like
me
that.
off. Yeah, and to that point, this girl,
Mm-hmm.
what was she playing? Midnight Club? Is that what she?
Well, she grew up in the peninsula.
This dog. I'm gonna send this dog to the peninsula.
Don't send her in here.
Oi.
I don't want her in here because I don't want her to jump on my foot.
Well, I'm gonna jump on her.
Don't jump on my dog. That's weird.
Flea bag.
Doesn't have
Anyway.
to anymore.
Ugh. So yeah, and then followed at a distant third is going to be Army of the Dead, and
Yes.
again, I can say this with other confidence that I really am going to go watch Army of the Dead again.
Really?
Why are you asking me that? Because I have read so much random crap about this movie about robot zombies
Uh-huh.
and
The glowing
freaking
eyes.
glowing eyes and UFOs in the sky and Easter eggs abound. And
Did you see the one big Easter egg that's in the vault when they open it?
no, I did not.
The Snyder cut of Justice League is in the vault.
Tanaka had the Snyder cut.
Yes, it's in the vault. Whenever they open the door, if you look straight to the left, you'll see the cans, the movie cans. That's where the Snyder cut is at. That's how much of an ego he has that he put his own Snyder cut in the vault. But luckily, in that universe, they got nuked.
Well, I don't know, man. The black dude with the diamond tipped concrete saw had no problem making it through the nuclear blast in the freaking vault. I can't imagine why the Snyder cut didn't make it.
Yeah. You know, nuclear fallout doesn't exist. Nuclear fallout
I
doesn't
think it's
exist at
raining
all.
outside. She's having
Yeah.
raining panic attacks. This dog, dude, has got she's like, I don't know, man. She's got the weather gives her the heebie-jeebies. She's like a four-legged weather vane that has got it needs an emotional support human in my wife.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the hell. Anyway, yeah. So no, needless to say, I'm going to watch the movie again. Don't get me wrong, because again, art is subjective. So if you're going to listen to this podcast and you're so upset with me because I didn't like the movie, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only apology you're getting from me.
No,
That's the only apology you're going to get from me because, again, I know what it's like to have haters that don't like your ish. I get it. Okay? I'm sorry. Again, I'm not turning this into a bashing session. I'm telling you, no amount of critique, no amount of picking apart, no amount of griping and complaining about the quality of the movie is going to stop Zack Snyder from making another movie. If you are a Zack Snyder fan, have at it. Go get him, champ, because he's going to make another movie.
Yeah.
I'm sure through either merchandising or, like you said, tie-ins with video games or whatever the deals were that made, because Netflix is, at the end of the day, Netflix is a platform for filmmakers, big and small.
I think he signed a 4-picture deal with Netflix.
Okay.
So
at the end of the day, what are you worried about, man? Like, if you like it, great.
Yeah.
Great.
And per your wife's posting earlier, we saw what one of his next projects are going to be, which is the Excalibur spaghetti western.
I'm sorry, Excalibur spaghetti western?
Yes.
I didn't. Was this in one of the chats earlier? I was at work, wasn't I?
Yeah, you're at work.
Okay, that's why I hardly ever see anything in the chats when I'm at work. I'm sorry. What?
He wants to make basically a modern version of Knights of the Round, but done in a Western scenario.
Who's put King Arthur in the Wild Wild West?
Yeah, think Tombstone meets Excalibur.
Didn't Chris Pratt already do that movie?
Well, and so did Quentin Tarantino. Hateful Eight.
And what was the one with Chris Pratt? It was like a remake of an old TV show or another old movie with him and Denzel Washington.
Magnificent Seven. Magnificent Seven. Yeah.
Same, yeah.
Yep. Pretty much.
A group of ragtag gunslingers getting together to be the best gunslingers they can possibly be.
But don't you know? Hey, bruh. This is original, bruh. See, what happened was I had me some Baja Blast. I walked in, I watched this movie.
Don't you sully the good name of Baja Blast, you bastard.
I saw this movie called Tombstone, and I was like, man, what if the guns were swords? And what if they were English?
He had to pull the Colt 45 from the stone, okay? Like, the gun is stuck in the stone. The stone is from, like, a rock quarry where they were building a tunnel for a train that was piloted by Will Smith in a movie with a robotic spider in it.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Whatever. Look. I want to throw into this, but and in no way does FRN's views or beliefs are expressed in anything that Zack Snyder has said today in his rants and raves. Man, look, guys, enjoy what you enjoy.
Yeah, okay? Just enjoy it.
Do it.
Just enjoy it.
Read it, watch it, play it, whatever you do. You know, as long as you ain't hurting nobody, get out there and get it. You know what I mean? Like, yes. I mean, really, at the end of the day, what else can you say? I mean, is the Army of the Dead going to win awards? Absolutely not.
And
not many Netflix movies do.
And if you enjoy the movie, that's great. And if you don't like the movie, that's fine. You can not like this movie.
Yeah.
But don't try to condescend people if they do not like it. Just because it's your favorite director, favorite actor, whatever, favorite genre, whatever.
Yeah. You have the right to go on and gripe and complain about somebody griping and complaining on the internet all you want. It'll just be a freaking snake eating its own tail, man. Yes. So you got time to waste? By all means, get out. You do you, because like I don't have the time.
True.
So like if I go on our social media and you're griping, I'm gonna throw a stupid GIF at you and I'm gonna go about my way. GIF, GIF, Giphy, Jiffy, GIF. Whatever.
I do the same. I'm not gonna lie.
Who cares? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you got an opinion. That's great. So
yes.
There we go. Opinions.com has sponsored today's FRN Chris's review of 3 movies that are pretty much all the same. So it's wonderful. It's great. No problem. Now, you want to know what I found on the way home?
What'd you find on the way home?
I had to stop and grab dinner.
Besides Sherry Lawler's barbecue?
Yeah, no, it wasn't open yet. Not open yet.
Okay.
Trust me, when the menu goes live, I'm going and I'm trying the food. There's no doubt
Each
about it.
item is baby back.
See if he's gonna be there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Seriously,
baby
I
back
want it to
nuggets,
be-
baby back sandwiches, baby back ribs, baby back
Dude.
tater tots.
When you said the word baby back nuggets, I wasn't sure if you were talking about the menu or the girl who's serving me at the restaurant.
That's both.
What's your name? Oh, my name's Baby Back Nuggets. Okay, Baby Back Nuggets. Let me get some Baby Back Nuggets then.
BBN.
Okay. I stumbled across a dead body of a man in paramilitary gear that looked eerily close to Dave Bautista, the professional wrestler.
Okay.
And I was shocked and appalled that somebody just left this ginormous man's body chilling next to a crash helicopter. Blown away. But what I found in one of his pockets was I found a little note, a little line ruled notepad that said Zack's movie ideas. It was just one big page.
Okay.
It's got some words and some blank spaces. It was actually kind of more of akin to like a pocket dry erase board with some stuff kind of printed on, where he just fills in the blanks and makes a movie.
Okay.
And at the top, it was called Zack Libs.
Zack lives.
No, not Libs. Libs. Libs.
Okay, lives. Zack lives.
I was like, Zack Libs. Okay, I was like, why do I recognize that? I was like, oh, wait a second. Is Zack Snyder making his movie off of Mad Libs? I think he is. So, Aaron.
Yes.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to make a Zack Snyder movie with me, okay?
Okay.
Here's the synopsis. I'm going to give you. You've done Mad Libs before, right?
Yeah, long time ago.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
All right. So, I want you to give me a food.
Let's go with the hamburger.
Hamburger. Okay. I'm gonna try to write this out as quick as possible. For those of you who are still hanging in, thanks for hanging in. Give me a room in the house.
Let's go with a study.
Okay. No, this is fine. Give me a noun.
Ooh.
I mean, you know what a noun is.
Yeah, I know what a noun is. I'm trying to think of a good one.
If Zach knows, come on, you have to know.
Well, of course Zach knows. I mean, Zach knows how to copy and stuff too, so he knows how to do it.
Control Z for Zach. That's kind of internet techie stuff. I like that. That's fun. Okay.
Let's go with a car.
Just a car?
A car, yeah.
All right. The next one's going to be an adjective. And I apologize if I'm calling you out. I know we haven't covered these in many moons. I'll be honest with you. I'm not sure what the hell an adjective is anymore.
Describe it now.
That's the adjective. We don't play, to quote Kevin Nash.
We got the Steiner mathematics.
Exactly.
Yeah,
an adjective would be like
describing a noun, an adverb describes a verb.
let's go with towards.
shiny.
Towards.
Was it?
Towards. You going
Towards?
towards something? Towards.
Towards being would it be an adjective? I think an adjective is like shiny or
Okay.
or the most electrifying man.
Okay.
Okay,
then let's go with shiny then.
Okay, shiny. Let me sparkle like a wealthy woman's neck. Just a sec. Okay, give me another noun. And you can use people from history.
Sewer.
At this point,
Sewer. Let's go with the sewer.
Sewer. Okay, got it. A sewer would be a noun. Give me another noun.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. Okay, great, man. Hey, this is gonna be one hell of a Netflix movie if we got Tom Hanks attached to this project.
Yep.
Give me another adjective.
Ugly.
Okay. Sounds like a Zack Snyder movie. Okay. Adverb.
Ugly Tom Hanks.
An adverb? Oh.
Mm-hmm. Sweetheart, what's an adverb?
Fast. Describing a verb.
Describing a verb.
Is it? I was a theater teacher, not an English. I was a qualified English teacher.
Okay. Gently.
Gently? Oh,
Yes.
I like that.
Modifiers or qualifiers an adjective, verb, or other adverb.
I hate English.
Gently.
Okay. Give me a different room in the house.
Gently.
The bathroom.
Ooh. Are we going to call it just the bathroom, or are we going to call it something else?
Master bathroom.
Ooh, the master bathroom. That's got separate sinks.
They do.
And it's got a wall between the pooper and the shower, so your wife doesn't have to look at you while you're crapping. Okay. Give me another noun.
Another noun.
Yes.
Let's go Cleveland.
Cleveland. Got it.
Yeah,
All right.
Cleveland.
Okay. Bear with me here.
Okay.
Okay. Hit me with another noun. So many nouns. There's a lot of people in Zack Snyder's movie, so an absorbent amount of nouns is not unheard of.
And zombie.
Ooh, this is a part of a trilogy. Okay. Let's see. All right. I need a specific person's name.
A specific person's name?
Yeah, this can be somebody you know, a historical figure, a fake person. Anybody, anything.
Let's go with George Washington.
George Washington. The first thing that popped in my head was John Adams.
John Adams.
That's a Hamilton thing that I learned from my wife. John Adams. Okay.
I was thinking Tito Ortiz.
Give me a different person's name.
Different person's name.
Yes.
Okay, let's go with Negan.
Negan? Oh man.
Negan.
This is one heck of a meta movie here that's shaping up, and I likes it. Okay. Oh my god. Give me a different person's name.
Fred Savage.
Gotta give him that work.
Fred is staying busy. He got some of that Netflix money, bro. Come on.
He did.
Yeah, Fred Savage. Okay. Give me a verb.
Jumping.
Jumping. Okay, got it.
Reading the Princess Bride.
I know for you, those of you who are listening, this is almost done. I know it's like pulling teeth. Again, I cannot thank you enough for dealing with us at the 1 minute or 1 hour and 43-minute mark here. Okay, so it's almost over. Okay, it's like surgery. It's almost over. It's hang in there. We'll get you in the recovery room soon. Okay, and give me an animal.
Armadillo.
Armadillo. All right. I just passed by the Armadillo bowling alley earlier on my way home. Okay. All right. So we're about to give a plot synopsis for the next smash hit Zack Snyder movie. You ready for this?
Let's do it.
Okay. Last week was my birthday. We went to my grandma's house and had hamburger for supper. After that, we all sat in the study to open my presents. The first gift from my sister, and it was a car. The next gift was from my mom, and it was a shiny sewer. This sounds like a Zack Snyder flick. So
it does.
The gift of dang it. The gift after that was a Tom Hanks. It gets better. I pretended to be happy, but I already have one of those. I already had the complete Tom Hanks works on DVD. I don't need another Tom Hanks movie. I done seen The Burbs and freaking
You got them all.
Forrest Gump. Wilson! Anyway, all right. So I got a Tom Hanks. But I already have one of those. All of a sudden, I heard a strange noise. The noise was ugly, and I couldn't tell where it was coming from. I looked around the room. I stood up and walked gently to the master bathroom. I looked in the Cleveland. Listen to all of our listeners in Cleveland. I'm so sorry that we just compared your hometown to a crapper. At least it was a bathroom crapper. Oh my god. Oh, where was I at? Okay, I walked to the yeah. Okay, I looked under the. Oh god. Wait, did I read this right? I still walked in. Wait, oh my god, I walked to the. Hold on, I looked around the room. I stood up and walked gently to the master bathroom. I looked in the Cleveland. I looked under the zombie. I found nothing. There was nothing under the zombie. I realized that everyone in the other room was laughing. That's weird. I asked my friend George Washington, what's going on? I asked my other friend Negan. They just laughed. I asked Fred Savage, but they were just jumping around the room.
Mon ami?
So Negan, George Washington, and Fred Savage were essentially doing jumping jacks after he found the zombie with nothing under it in the Cleveland. I heard the noise again. Suddenly it occurred to me the noise was coming from one of the presents. I opened the gift, and inside the box was a baby armadillo. What a surprise! That was a very open-ended movie. I'm sure the next one will be better.
Yep.
There. That was your Zach Libs for the evening. So
Zach Libs?
You're welcome.
That seems about right. That definitely seems about right. The Zach Libs.
Not bad for Zach Libs, not bad. So
no, not
I
bad
sprung
at all.
that on Aaron. I sprung that on Aaron tonight. He had no idea what was happening. This was a segment that was on the fly. I don't know if we'll ever do it again. It might need a little bit of proofreading on my part, and that's fine. But I think it was pretty funny. It got a few giggles out of me, and I am here to please myself. Wait.
Yeah, you can please yourself all you want.
I am here to make myself laugh. I don't know if those two things go hand in hand. Whatever. I'm fine with it, and I hope you are too. So there you go.
You can please yourself all you want.
I'm pleased to meet me. It's my pleasure. I'm suddenly a Chick-fil-A employee. Good grief.
That makes perfect sense.
So yeah, man. I enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed the Zach Libs. It wasn't the dumpster fire I thought it was going to be in regards to Army of the Dead, because I knew what to expect, and I think a lot of people did too.
You know what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah, and the thing is, depending on who you ask, the beautiful thing about the internet is we all have a place to talk about it.
Yep.
And so here we are on the internet talking about it.
That is true.
So yeah, there we go.
With that being said, I guess we should kind of wrap this up. Where we've been talking and rambling on for almost 2 hours now, which it's always fun. This is always fun to do.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And right now it is storming like crazy outside. We got lightning, we got high winds, we got some heavy thunder. That's probably Thor bowling.
At the armadillo lanes.
At the armadillo lanes. So we're gonna wrap this episode up with all of that. So hopefully, if you survived this long, thank you for listening. If
yes, thank you.
You didn't, then you're not hearing this.
And that's okay too.
So I'd like to thank pretty much Dwayne, who's going to edit this and probably hate me for editing it. But I will say check out Cross the Streams Media, because we are a part of their platform.
Yes, by all means, spread the love, please.
With all of their other shows like the Movie Gap, Four Dorksmen, the Dan Aykroyd Show, the Burt Reynolds and Charles Bronson podcast.
I love that name.
Yeah, that one. I remembered it this time. I said it correctly this time.
That's awesome.
3 beers in the mic, Burn Appetit, 3 beers in an MCU, name pending. And there are probably a few others that I am forgetting right now. Oh, The Art of Alone. I forget the name of that podcast. And I just did the logo for him too. I'm tired. But check out monsterstreamsmedia.com. Listen to the other podcasts. Tell them that we sent you.
Please
and until next time, I am your host, Aaron.
And I'm your boy, Chris. And then take it easy. And if it's sleazy, take it twice.
Those are some great words. And remember, always unfollow, never unfriend. And until next time, and if we survive this storm, have a good evening. So later guys.